Hey y'all, what's up? It's Courtney. Welcome back to my channel. Last time, I think the recent video that I posted was last week, because I posted two videos. What was the one? The one when that content creator actually kind of ripped me off or whatever, which I was trying to get her to promote me. That actually really did really well. I was really shocked, and I even got a few comments and a couple subscribers, so I was really happy about that. And it felt good that I wasn't the only person that was dealing with that, because I was just like, that was way too much. But even though she was on some weird stuff, it wasn't no hard feelings or anything. It's just, you don't take advantage of people like that. But I just wanted to thank anybody who was, supporting me, who commented, who liked, and also subscribed. And I even had a couple people like give me a little advice as far as like making sure my content is pushed out there. So now it's like, now I know now. So yeah, so I'm real happy about that. And my views have been going up a lot, so I'm really happy about that too. So before we're gonna be doing another story time, before I get into this story time, as always, please make sure that you like and subscribe, leave a comment, leave anything, because that always helps. And yeah, and also my socials are down in the link below. I'm still doing my TikTok and everything. I am kind of salty because of this whole little TikTok ban thing. They only did it, if you was just going like, why? I deleted the app like an idiot. I feel dumb, but oh well, it okay. I'm sure they're gonna put the app back up eventually. But I was just mad because I really thought that they was really about to go in this TikTok thing, just for you to do it less than like, it ain't less than 24 hours later. Like, y'all are weird. Y'all are so weird. But I'm still gonna be on my TikTok, so make sure that you check out my TikToks too. And I will be uploading some of them on my channel, because I noticed I've been getting a lot of views and a lot of likes and comments and stuff. So y'all been really liking my shorts or whatever, a lot more than my other videos. Because on TikTok they don't even give me that much love. That's crazy. So yeah, so without further ado, let's get into this story. So the last time I left off, I had kind of caught California in a little lie. He called himself trying to ghost me for like a day or so, and just so he could take maternity pictures with his baby mama, Bimbo. So, after the whole situation, we talked about it, we got back together, this, that, the third. But shortly after that, you know what? The reason why I say I can't remember up until we had got back together prior to us getting married was because it was so much. When I tell you, it was really so much back and forth with him, and it wasn't just we won't get into that, but it was a number of factors. But this is okay. So I'm just getting into it. So we're together again, but as time went on, I just started noticing certain patterns, and I felt like the more and more I kept trying to let him know about it and talk to him about it, it was like I said in the previous video, I felt like the more stuff I kept letting slide with him, the more he kept doing. So the cheating and stuff, I let that go. The baby mama following us around, pulling up to the job, let that go. Then it's you sneaking around taking maternity pictures with her or whatever, doing whatever, let that go. People at the job, talking about me, looking at me like I'm crazy, like I'm some side girl or whatever, and like I pursued you or whatever, you pursue me, I let that go. And it's just certain patterns, behavioral patterns that I wasn't fond of at all. I had to really deal with a lot being in California, and even just before we were married, and that's stuff that no woman should have to put up with. But at the same time, me being, at the time, not now, this is Courtney now, no, but back then I just, I felt like I was always afraid to speak up for myself when it comes to people, not just in relationships, but also friendships and family too, because, You tell them what they want to hear. You let them get away with stuff. You know, if you don't, in my mind, I'm thinking, you know, keep them happy. They'll stay with me. They won't go nowhere. They, you know, they won't leave me or whatever. But at the same time, you know, right is right and wrong is wrong. And that's usually where I would end up losing people, because nobody wants to take accountability. Nobody wants to hear themselves being wrong. Nobody wants to do the right thing by who they're with, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship, anything. And that's where I was just constantly losing people. And during this point, I was really going through a dark space spiritually and emotionally and mentally. Like I said, I was not taking care of my mental health at all. And honestly, my self-esteem was low. I felt like the more I was being with California, putting up with all this stuff, my self-esteem, my confidence, everything just kept going low and lower and lower and lower and lower. And on top of the baby mama drama and stuff like that, I just noticed certain things like holidays and stuff will come up, you know, like Father's Day, Mother's Day, which is like, I don't know. Everybody is different, but I feel like because I don't know, I don't feel like I don't want to offend anybody that's like has kids with somebody or whatever. But me personally, if I have a child with you or anything, I don't celebrate holidays or stuff like that, so it doesn't really apply to me. But even if I did, I felt like if we're not together, if we're in a good co-parenting situation, I don't need a Mother's Day, and I definitely don't need to get you a Father's Day gift. I feel like at the end of the day, it's, you know, you really shouldn't be getting no award for taking care of something that you brought into this world. Okay, that's good. You a good dad, you a good mom. Congratulations. I just personally don't feel like people it's okay to do things for them, for your parents, or, you know, for the parents of your children, but you don't have to do that. That's your responsibility, period. You brought them into this world. They didn't ask to be brought into the world. So I would never want the father of my child, if I ever had kids one day, I would never want, you know, if we don't have that kind of relationship, why am I getting you a Father's Day, or why are you getting me a Mother's Day gift? So that's what I just felt like. I felt like boundaries had already been crossed. So on top of her posting pictures and stuff of him and trying to be funny and bothering me and trying to provoke me, and trying to embarrass me, I felt like he would be getting her some gifts, Mother's Day gifts. Give me 1 second. Oh, it's done. Good. So, you know, he would just be getting her Mother's Day gifts and stuff like that, and you know, she'd be posting it on social media and stuff, and she's making it public, like she's provoking me, she's bothering. When I say this girl would just be bothering me, looking at my stories and stuff. So it's like, at this point, you want me to see what you're doing. You want me to see, and part of that was my fault because I entertained it. But you know, it was just like, you buying her gifts and stuff like that. You just, and you know, stuff that you ain't doing for me. When was it, you ain't be getting me gifts or nothing like that? What? You know, he might get me like some perfumes, or you know, like I don't. He got me this one little necklace from the mall. I don't think he's ever really like. No, I don't really. He got me some perfumes and stuff. But that, yeah, it wasn't like the stuff that I like, you know, clothes, like hair, you know, I felt hair and stuff like that. He didn't do all that. And all that perfume, I really got into like body mist and perfume and sprays from him. Like, I mean, it's cool, but I'm not like a body spray, a perfume fanatic. Like, that was him. He's into the colognes and the sprays and everything. And I felt like he only got me stuff, or, you know, try to kind of mold me into a mini version of him, and that was never gonna happen ever. So he would only really get me stuff that he really liked. He never really asked me what I liked. I asked him stuff he liked. I like wearing certain shoes. Okay, I got you. I want this cologne. I like this or whatever. This look nice. Okay, I bought it for him. I did those things for him. And that, not that you have to give me a gift. I don't care really personally about gifts. I really just want your time, your love, your honesty, respect, and your attention, and commitment. But I didn't get any of that stuff back. So although those gifts are nice, I really don't need that. But the fact that I'm going above and beyond for you, you know, and you're not giving that back in return, it's kind of just looking like, but you got the nerve to be buying her, you know, Bath and Body Works kits, you buying her necklaces, doing all this stuff. And once I saw that picture and I found out about it, I did confront him. I said, because that's inappropriate. He said, that's the mother of my children or whatever. She about to have my baby. I said, so that, don't try to do that manipulation stuff with me. Don't try to play games with me, like make this about your kids. This isn't about your kids. This is about you doing with her or whatever, doing whatever. I said, but it's inappropriate. Would you like it if I gave my ex, he has a kid, would you want me to give him a Father's Day gift? How would you feel about that? But it's just like the stuff that he was doing. I forgot so much stuff. He did like so much just wild stuff dealing with her, like you know, like if it was a baby shower or something, okay, I get it. Yeah, that's at the end of the day, y'all both having kids and stuff, you know, y'all have family and friends. She has a baby shower, I understand. But it's like, just why? Just, you know, it's just certain stuff that I would bring to his attention that he would just try to make me feel like I was just tripping or that I was wrong about it. And I don't like that manipulation, you know, reverse psychology, that those narcissistic traits I cannot stand. This is why I'm so on game about those kind of qualities, and it's because of him. Like, he really taught me everything that I need to know about a narcissist. And I don't say that about a lot of men, but I know for sure, being married to him, being with him, knowing him, that's a certified narcissist. Very, very much so. He, you know, he helped me to honestly work on myself and work on my mental health and really learn what that kind of, you know, how people treat you and what that really means. But I'm rambling and everything. I'm sorry. I just had to get into that. But it wasn't just giving your baby mother gifts, and because that wasn't just the Mother's Day gifts. He was giving her other gifts too, necklaces and earrings and stuff that I found out about later on. And it was also him checking out other women. We would be out to dinner, out to eat. Like, you know, you taking me out to eat, and you staring at another girl that's all the way across on the other side of the room. And I would look over, and the girl's just looking at me like she's smiling, like giggling. And I was just like, I said, yeah, it's time for me to get up out of here before I have to beat her up and then bust you upside your head, because I'm not doing all this. I'm not about to be going to jail for getting into it because you want to be disrespectful. And although she was very brazen and very thirsty, it's still the fact that we're together. Really? I don't do that to you. What are you talking about? So, and it wasn't just that, it was just other instances. Us being at work, his girls looking at him, he's checking out other girls, being disrespectful. We go out to the mall, we go to the store, we go anywhere. He was just blatantly doing. And he didn't even, it got to the point where we would talk about it, we would get into arguments. Sometimes we would even break up or whatever before we got married and stuff like that. And he honestly, you know, he wouldn't care, because I wasn't to him, I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't doing anything about it. I wasn't really setting boundaries with him. I mean, even though I did, it was the fact that I was still there. And I was being nice. He thought that he could just keep doing the same thing over and over again and manipulating me like he always did, messing with my head. And the fact that I was also very much younger than him. He's middle-aged. He's a really, really grown man. And I was very young when I got with him and married him. So he definitely knew what he was doing. And it was a lot. It was really, really stressful, because, you know, when I get it, you're a man, you know, you You see attractive things, you see things, you have eyes, I get it. But don't be disrespectful with your partner or the person that you with. That's disrespectful. Because let a woman do it. We this, we everything in the book, y'all will cut us off completely, and that's really what it is. I feel like men have double standards to be do whatever they want, and we just have to sit there and take it. Like, you know, it's like they can dish it, but they can't take it or whatever. And you don't want me to start acting like I'm single, baby, because I'm hurt your feelings. I promise you I will hurt your feelings. Don't do it. So, it's just his behavior. Like, he just started getting real, like, real cocky, kind of, like, almost, yeah, ain't no almost, he was just arrogant. Like, ain't no all cocky, he was just full-blown arrogant now. Like, he just gave off. Like, every time we would get into it or have issues, you know, it would get to that, it was given, like, I don't need you. Look at all these girls that be on me. Look at all these girls that be checking me out. Look at my baby mamas. Look at that. I tell you all the time, they be on me. Like, look at, you know, look at me. I'm that. Like, I'm from California. I'm California. You know, California, you do it big. You know, that's just what it is. His energy was given. I was just starting to see a whole change in him, and it wasn't the same California, that the quiet little chubby dude that I saw, whatever, little 5'6" chubby dude that I saw that was just stay to himself, walking by himself, just chilling, nice vibe, like nice personality. He just did like a complete 360. I feel like up to a certain point before we got married, he just started feeling himself, and he definitely started taking advantage of, and his real true nature started to surface. And I did not like it, because that's one thing I cannot stand, is a man that's not humble. It's okay to have confidence in yourself and love yourself and value yourself, but don't ever think like I need you, because I don't. Just like you really, at the end of the day, you shouldn't need me. But he just like did a whole 360. It was just like a completely different person. And it's like the more as time went on and days went on, I was so shocked and honestly, like, not at this point disgusted. I didn't honestly get really, like, honestly disgusted and tired of being around him until we really got married. After we got married, but I was kind of looking at him sideways, and I was confused, and just more so really confused and a little just slightly irritated. And we would just be breaking up on and off, on and off, on and off, just fighting over stupid stuff, little arguments. And like I said, long before previous story times, when me and him would get into it, he would be, I didn't know this, but he would be using the arguments that he have, that we he would be using our arguments as an excuse to go run back to the baby mama and go kick it with her. So, oh, we ain't together, we broke up, whatever, we mad, we got into an argument. You said you done with me, so I'm running to baby mama. I'm gonna go kick it with her. I'm gonna go mess with her and do all this stuff. So, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but we got into a really, really, really big fight. And was this no, that was when we was married. We ended up I don't even, that was all a blur. That was a blur. And usually I remember like all details of people like I date and deal with, but California, that was it was just a hot mess. And we broke, but by the time we got married, we had just broken up like so many times, gotten back together, broken up. It was a lot, and it was really a lot to keep track of. But you know, I'm thinking when we did break up, when I would be, you know, irritated with him, or he would be irritated with me, I'm thinking that he's, you know, doing his own thing. But probably in the back of my mind, I probably knew that he was probably still cheating me. But me being Delulu, me thinking that there's a chance for us to work on our relationship. Something happened where we fell off. we got into some argument. I cannot remember what it was during this like 1-2 month period, where we fell off, and yeah, we had stopped talking. We still worked together, so I still had to like see him, but he wasn't around as much because I think during this time Bimbo had finally given birth to the twins. So you know, her having a C-section and everything, she had to be at home. She had to be taken care of. She needed help because she had to, from what he told me, she would have to be upstairs. So it would be hard for her to get down, walking, you know, getting around the house and getting around and stuff like that. So, so we weren't together. We weren't talking. At this point, I was just like, you know, you can do whatever you want. I was still kind of sad and kind of lonely, but part of me was like, it's kind of for the best, you know. I feel like every time I would get to a point where I'd be getting ready to move on and just, even if we didn't cut all ties, just stop dealing with him on that level, he would always do something to pull me back. So I think he had messaged me or something, and he asked me to meet him at Rocks or whatever because he wanted to see me or something. I don't know what possessed my stupid tail to go meet him or whatever, or, you know, talk to him, because I think we were texting and keeping contact, because there's no way he would just hit me randomly and be like, yo, I ain't seen you in a minute, like you know, kick it, whatever. He would reach out from time to time and be like, you know, I miss you, I'm thinking about you and stuff like that. But we still weren't together. So I met up with him at the Rocks, and it was kind of awkward because we weren't together, and it was just so much stuff that had happened, and I was just honestly tired of him, but I did miss him. And it was we both looked kind of sad and kind of depressed, but him probably not as genuine as how I really felt. And he showed me his new car. New car. And I say new car because come to find out, Bimbo, she decided to get a new car, like a SUV, in her name and her credit, because he is a ex-felon. You know, I told you he used to move I don't know what they call he used to move the cane. You know what it is. He used to move the cane. So, but he didn't do much time. He only did like 3 or 4 months, but he did have it on his record. And until his record was expunged, he couldn't like make any real like purchases like that. And he didn't have long before his this is a long bell. It's on. Okay. Sorry about that. He didn't have long before his record was expunged. So, but he still wasn't able to make a purchase like that. And oh yeah, what's this? You know what? What happened to the car? I know what happened. Okay. So the car that he had, the reason why he had a new car, was because I'm trying to think what happened to his old car, because Did we? No, I don't know what was going on. I guess he just wanted to get a new car. Because, yeah, I'm going to tell this in a later story, but pretty much to sum this up, I guess California wanted to get a new car. Now, his old car, eventually Bimbo ended up stealing his car. She always kept the spare key somewhere in her house or something, which I thought, like, California, you're an idiot. Oh my goodness. But she ended up taking his car, stealing it. To this day, I don't know where it is. He don't know where it is. She wouldn't say what it is. But yeah, but I think he still had his car. He just wanted a new car, or maybe the baby mama wanted to get him a new car or whatever, because they're having twins. He is going to need a bigger car. You're absolutely right. With twins, I kind of understood that. But he still had his old car at the time. He just wanted, I guess, a new one, or she offered to get him a new one. So he did have an SUV. He was showing me the car and everything. And I was just like, oh, okay. He was showing me pictures and stuff of the babies and stuff being born and everything. And, I was sad kind of looking at it and seeing it. But I was like, okay, all right. And, he was saying, how he, missed me and stuff like that. But, as much as I missed him, I just didn't feel like we were, really like, we weren't there. And we had talked about maybe meeting up another time, like at a Rocks or something. But I was just like, it's like, I think he was out for a while because, yeah, he was helping her get on her feet and stuff because she just had a baby. And he wasn't at work for a while. He did put in, I believe he put in some PTO and stuff so he could take off and help her. But later on, as time went by, he was just telling me that, we would be talking on the phone, texting, and say, making plans to get back together again. And I was just like, I'm getting sucked back into this again. But like I said, I can only take accountability for my part in it too. But we were just making plans over, texting and stuff like that, talking about that. And he was just like, I, wanted to tell you something, but I don't want you to be mad at me. And I was like, what is it, California? At this point, what? You done did everything under the sun. At this point, what do you want? So he was just saying, I've been staying at Bimbo's house helping her while she recovers. Like, I've been, actually, really, living there. We have made arrangements that I would help her at least until she gets on her feet or whatever. And, until the babies get, a certain age where they can, move around a little bit, not too older, but, And I was kind of irritated. I was very irritated because it's like, how you trying to get back with me and you got a whole situation you need to figure out. I don't understand what you living with Bimbo got to do with you being there to help out with the kids. Not unnecessary at all. But then part of me was like, me being too nice again. Me thinking she did just have a baby. And she just had surgery and stuff, so it's gonna be hard for most women to bounce back and get around and do that stuff, so she's not gonna only need help, but she's gonna need help with those kids too. It's hard to do that, healing your body and having a baby on your hip, or two babies at that, or it's a lot. So part of me still understood that, Courtney, how can you be mad at him doing right by his kids and her being in pain and healing from surgery? So I calmed down after a while, and I was like, it's like, I get it. Because at first he was just like, I get it. You know, if you don't want to work on us, if you don't want to do this, then I understand. And I was like, dummy alert. Dummy alert. I was like, it's okay. I get it. I understand. It's cool. But while we were talking and be texting over the phone, we were making plans to be together. And I said, I understand you helping out with her until she heals and everything and the kids, but if you want to be with me, I feel like we've been on and off with this little mess long enough. if you're serious about me, then we really need to make this work. I don't want to be doing this back and forth playing games on and off with you. I'm looking for something serious. I told you that from the beginning, and I've already compromised and sacrificed a lot to be with you, and now it's time for you to start doing the same for me. And I started putting my foot down at that time. He was like, you know, you're right. Like, I feel like we should be together. You know, we both not getting no younger. Speak for yourself. Yeah, he said we both not getting any younger, and you know, I want to have a family with you. I want us to be together and everything. You know, we had made plans, made arrangements for him to, you know, get his stuff together, because it's not like he was really like moved in with her. It was just like he said, he just had a lot of his stuff over there because he would be over there for a majority of the time helping her and helping with the kids and everything. But I said, yeah, you gotta, once she gets healed, she gets herself together, you need to straighten that situation out, or there is no more us. And so, you know, we talked about that or whatever. We talked about making plans to go to the courthouse to apply for the marriage license, to schedule a ceremony and everything, have our own little ceremony. And he had made plans to, I guess, give her the car back. I don't think because I was like, you know, I don't know. I was just, yeah. Now I remember what he was telling me. He said it was in her name. He wanted to get a new car, and she volunteered to help him because his record hadn't been expunged yet. So yeah, okay, it's all coming back to me. You know, when you get those toxic people out of your life, you forget the toxic parts. But yeah, after that whole situation with us, I really thought that he was really getting himself together, like really eliminating all of the BS out the way. And that's when the drama really, it just went downhill from there. It just went completely downhill. And part of it, looking back, was probably because he was playing literally everyone around him like a fiddle. It was just a hot mess after that. After he really, like, established boundaries and, you know, stopped doing certain things, he really, like, he went back. He did another 360. He went back to the old California that I knew when I first met him. And it felt like things were going good, but little did I know it was just only the beginning for the messiness, the pettiness, and the drama. So yeah, that's it for this story time. I'm not gonna make this too long. I'm sorry if I was rambling too much. It's just, like I said, when I eliminate people and their toxic ways and traits and stuff out of my life, it's hard, and it was a lot with me in California just to bring it up and remember all of that, because like it was a lot, and we were on and off for so much. So during those times when we were like on and off, it's hard to really just keep track, because half the time I didn't really even want to be around him to that point. But yeah, once we really established the next steps that we were going to take to be together and to really make this like official, like a referee with a whistle, that's when all this drama started just to unfold. So yep, that's going to be in the next story time for next week. So thank you guys for watching and tuning in. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate all the support, especially still being new. Make sure that y'all check out my social links down below. And yeah, just keep tuning in for the nice content that I'm about to give you guys. So yeah, bye.